Eric Maria Remarque, All Quiet on the Western Front. First thing that's written is this book is intended neither as an accusation nor as a confession, but simply as an attempt to give an account of a generation that was destroyed by the war, even those of it who survived the shelling. He's talking about the loss of innocence, that these men were very young. They're in their early 20s. Page 13, none of us is more than 20. But young? Young men? That was a long time ago. We are old now. So powerful in the little snippets that the author gives. And we must remember that this is from the Germans' point of view. It humanizes what were considered to be the enemy from the English-speaking point of view. He talks about Company B. There's Kropp and Müller, Lear, Westhus, Dettering, and Paul Baumer. What we find in the first third of the book, the author is stating the awful things that they have to do. There's this blaseness. A soldier is on much closer terms with his stomach and digestive system than anyone else is. 3/4 of his vocabulary comes from this area, from one meal to the next. Awful things they have to come across. There's this one scene where they get shelled. They have to go into where people are already buried. There's so much noise ringing in the ears. They begin to realise there's this screaming. Where's it coming from? And it's the horses. One's had its back broken and it's literally going around in circles. You can just imagine what these young men would have gone through. Because Remarque actually did go through this war. He published a book in 1929. He was exiled from Nazi Germany and deprived of his citizenship because he painted a picture the Nazis did not want people to know about. Very refreshing, although not in a good way, to actually get a first-hand account of the war. There was this sensibility before the war of, it'll be over by Christmas, you got to go to war, you're a coward if you don't. One of our class was reluctant, Joseph Boehm. He let himself be persuaded because he would have made things impossible for himself by not going. Even our parents used the word coward at the drop of a hat. People simply didn't have the slightest idea of what was coming. No one did. Well, there they were, marching off to war, believing they're going to come back as conquering heroes, and literally a whole generation of Europeans and beyond almost wiped out. There were thousands of Cantorex, he writes, all of them convinced that they were acting for the best, in the way that was the most comfortable for themselves. But as far as we are concerned, that is the very root of their moral bankruptcy. And you can see why that didn't go down with the Nazis, who eulogized and made war seem a glorious pursuit.